How are you doing today? My name is Cyrus. I'm a member of the New Mexico Osteopathic Medical Association, and the president, Brad Scoggins, has asked me to go over with you some ideas of how you can get involved with the AOA. It is a vast amount of committees and such that you can get involved in. So I wanted to break it down into maybe students, residents, and then physicians. And so students here, I'm a pediatric professor here at the Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. So I see a lot of student clubs and student organizations, two of which comes to mind is, of course, SOMA, Student Osteopathic Medical Association, and then there's a Council of Student Government Presidents. Basically, it's the government, SGA, the Student Government Association, that basically governs what goes on at each school. But also there's organizations, especially organizations like the American College of Osteopathic Pediatricians student clubs and just different emergency medicine, internal medicine clubs that you can get involved in the leadership. Very much be involved in research. You can present posters at OMED. It's an excellent way to get sometimes a funded trip all the way to Boston this year. And then advocate for change for, how repayment goes for your loans and things along those lines by maybe attending DO Day on the Hill in Washington, D.C. The legislator, the national legislators, as well as even the state legislators, really love to hear the student stories. Residents, go on to osteopathic.org, www.osteopathic.org, and sign up for leadership positions there. Serve on committees, not only here in the state of New Mexico, but at the national level too. So again, you can attend OMED. It's a great way to network and understand, especially if you're wanting to go maybe into a fellowship and things along that line. You can see maybe other ways of mapping out your pathway. Again, we all are advocating for our patients, and in advocating for our patients, the AOA has a great way of doing that. Again, attending the DO Day on the Hill in Washington, D.C. Be a part of grassroots advocacy. Sometimes right here in the state of New Mexico, you can be a part of the grassroots advocacy. And then for physicians, getting involved in the AOA's bureaus, committees, councils, all of those areas are a vast way of getting involved with. If your membership, or I serve on at the federal level for the Bureau of Health Programs, and I was part of the grassroots program or grassroots advocacy, and those things are the ways to get really involved. Again, House of Delegates, you being a delegate from the New Mexico state and going in and seeing the business side of the AOA and attending meetings in Chicago and networking there, another great way to get involved with the AOA. And they have committees at the House that you can serve on. I served last year as a credentials committee chair. And so attending OMED, they have a OMED committee that really structures all of those activities at OMED. And then, of course, advocating for our patients. That is a day in and day out problem here that we have, that we want to make sure that we advocate for our patients, how Medicare is structured, how Medicaid is structured, how do people get onto insurance programs. We want to make sure that they have all that access they can. This is, those are programs of the AOA. There's a program, there's a board of the American Osteopathic Foundation that I sit on too, also rather. And so it's another way of getting involved at the national level. So I encourage you to get really involved as much as you practice can tolerate. I know we sometimes don't have time. Sometimes we have Zoom meetings and things like that that'll help us get involved and not have to leave our practice. So I really wish you good luck. I want to let you know that if you need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at Cyrus@Burrell, BURRELL.edu. I'd be more than happy to get you involved at the AOA. I hope you have a great day and continue treating osteopathically.